I wonder how you feel as a royal commentator commenting on the Princess of Wales's uncle, who is not royal in the least, but it seems to be all the royal commentators are discussing at the moment.
No, I think the sort of media we're eating ourselves, aren't we? I mean, look, I think that actually I've been really reflecting on the Princess of Wales situation, the media reporting, everything like that this past week, all this crazy speculation. And actually, my thesis, Vanessa, is that we really, really miss Kate, and the royal family really, really needs her. And she is really the kind of our future queen and the one who's going to carry the royal family forward. And so obviously we haven't seen her. There've been no pictures of her, save for that one paparazzo shot. And so here we have instead her uncle, who is talking about her. So we can talk about him instead. Phew.
I mean, I wonder what you think of him. I questioned yesterday. I really did say, gosh, you know, Kate is convalescing. She's had some kind of major abdominal surgery. We don't know what. She's not on public view because she's having to recuperate. The last thing any family needs is the bunkle, the bad uncle on TV at any moment on the absolute precipice of saying something completely inappropriate. So I just thought, gosh, this must be a thorn in their side, a cause of concern at a time when they really do least need it. I wonder whether you agree.
That is one point of view. And actually, I thought the same initially, but I've kind of come around to the sort of reverse, which is that in this situation where Kensington Palace have said nothing, for well, very little, there's been this huge vacuum of information about her. Actually, he's playing a blinder for the Middleton family because he hasn't said anything that's not really in the public domain. He has just been effectively repeating Kensington Palace lines. And either Carole really has given him a very, tough talking to and said, don't you dare say anything, or he doesn't know anything. Both could be true. Carole could have just been feeding him the Kensington Palace lines, probably. And so actually, he hasn't told us anything more. But what he has done is kind of been a voice for all those people who do really care about Kate, who do really care about the Princess of Wales' health. And he's saying, look, she hasn't been very well. Everyone should just leave her alone. She's allowed to recover. And Erin Sue, great bit of journalism there from Erin Sue and Fern, who've been like trying to get some more details. Love them. Would have been doing exactly the same if I were there. And he said, look, I just can't talk about it. There's an etiquette. What he means is there's protocol. The protocol is that the palace is his niece's spokesperson. So he can't see anything more than what has been given. And as he said, she's got the best possible care, her family looking after her. And if anything is announced, I mean, I know social media went mental over that. Like, if something's announced, oh my God, what it can be. That's just his choice of words. What he means is if the palace chooses to release any more information, then, as he said to Erin Sue, I can give my opinion. But until then,
I have to tell you, it's Ekin-Su with a K. You think it's an
oh,
Erin, but it's not. As a Love Island viewer, exceptionnel, I have to tell you, it's Ekin-Su. But that isn't a crucial element of this broadcast. But let me ask you a little bit. This isn't strictly the royal family, although Sharon Osbourne, of course, is a member of our royal family here at Talk. What do you think of all the gossip, apart from Gary Goldsmith? What do you think, for example, of her taking aim at poor old Adele and saying Adele's a fake Cockney, a kind of, Eliza Doolittle foe, though? Because I mean, I cannot claim to be Adele's best friend. I'm definitely not. But I did happen to go to a party. It was Sid Owen's birthday party, and Adele was there. And I heard her talking. She spoke to me a little bit. And she is a Cockney through and through. That is her real accent. I don't know what Sharon's even talking about.
well, I mean, I live in South London, and I actually live just up the road from where she grew up when she went to school for part of her childhood. And certainly they do talk like that around here in South London. I've never met Adele. You and I have worked with Sharon, or Lady S, or Lady O, as we should call her. I mean, look, Sharon's brilliant value. I mean, she's not being paid hundreds of thousands of pounds to do Celebrity Big Brother for nothing. She does shoot from the hip. I mean, I when we did, the coronation together, you, me, and Sharon, she was as brilliant off air as she was on air. I don't know if I ever told you this, Vanessa, but we FaceTimed Elton John in the break when we were doing the coronation. It was hilarious. She is absolutely, what you see is what you get with Sharon. And I don't think she's even putting this on for the cameras. She does know a huge amount of people. She has very strongly held opinions. And if she thinks Adele's fake, so be it. She thinks James Corden's a massive name dropper. She said, I think Gary Goldsmith said, my family, we say, oh, would you want me to hold that name for you? She's like, oh, yes, James Corden, he's dreadful. She also had some choice words, not going to repeat them this afternoon, choice words to say about Anna Wintour and Ellen DeGeneres.
Yes.
I hope I've pronounced that right.
You've done that beautifully. But I mean, they're pretty safe targets, those three, aren't they? Because James Corden's had an awful lot of bad press for having a filthy temper. As we know, he lost it in a restaurant in New York, and that was broadcast all the way around the world. Ellen DeGeneres, huge issues on her show. Definite, enormous amount of criticism volleyed at her for her temper, her nastiness, and various other things said about her. And Anna Wintour, famously known as Nuclear Wintour because of her demeanour, absolutely lampooned on The Devil Wears Prada. So, I mean, she's on safe territory. If you're going to take aim at three people, you choose those three people, right?
Yeah, I guess. And, because of her marriage to Ozzy, who is a proud Brummie, just like me. I served him once when I was in my days as a waitress in Birmingham. He was lovely, left a massive tip. She's a sort of doyen of the music scene, isn't she? She knows a huge amount of people, a huge amount of celebs. She's as comfortable in America as she is over here. She's now obviously living back here now in the UK. And I kind of admire her really, because a lot of celebrities are very, very careful about what they say about not just other celebrities, but people in general. She does have strongly held opinions and she is not afraid to voice them. But she's only in there for 5 days though, Vanessa.
What a shame.
So
what a shame.
We've got to enjoy it while we can.
Absolutely. Make the most of it. Emily, have a great weekend. Thank you very much indeed.